He broke into my house, locked up my dog. Then weeks later, my Porsche exploded. That's what rapper Kid Cudi just told a federal jury. And it might be the most explosive testimony yet in the trial of Sean Diddy Combs. This is what happened on day 9. Scott Mescudi, better known as Kid Cudi, entered the courtroom casually, wearing jeans, a white t-shirt, and a leather jacket. But what he said was anything but casual. He told jurors that in late 2011, he briefly dated Cassie Ventura. What he didn't know, Cassie's ex, Sean Combs, hadn't fully let her go. And when Combs found out about the relationship, things escalated fast. Cudi said he got a panic call from Cassie. Diddy found out. "I'm scared." That same day, his house was broken into. No damage, just open gifts and his dog locked in the bathroom. But Combs' assistant allegedly called Cudi to say, "Diddy's inside your house. He's waiting." Just weeks later, Cudi's car exploded. January 2012, Cudi got a call from his dog sitter. His Porsche 911 was on fire. When he got home, police were already there. The car was totaled, burned by what investigators said was a Molotov cocktail. Jurors saw photos of the destroyed vehicle, a massive hole in the roof, scorch marks across the interior. Cudi said he believed the explosion was no coincidence. It happened right after he took Cassie to visit her family for Christmas, and right after Combs had sent him texts saying they needed to talk. Cudi said his dog was never the same, jittery, always on edge. When prosecutors tried to bring up trauma the dog may have suffered, Diddy's lawyers objected. "There might be some dog lovers on the jury," defense lawyer Brian Steele quipped. Even Combs laughed. But the moment was brief. Cudi told jurors he seriously considered fighting Combs that day, but backed down, fearing what Combs might be capable of. Later, the two met at Soho House in LA. Cudi said Combs looked like a Marvel supervillain. He asked Combs, "What about my car?" Combs replied, "I don't know what you're talking about." Cudi's conclusion? He was lying. Next, George Kaplan took the stand, Combs' former executive assistant. Kaplan described the job as a nightmare masked as a dream. He worked nearly 24 hours a day, and what he saw still haunts him. On a private jet to Vegas, Kaplan heard glass shatter. He turned and saw Combs standing over Cassie, whiskey glass in hand. Cassie lay on the floor, legs up, trying to shield herself. She screamed, "Isn't anybody seeing this?" Nobody helped her. Kaplan said he feared for his own career. In another incident at Combs' LA mansion, Kaplan walked into a room and found Cassie crying on the bed with a swollen eye. Combs asked him to get witch hazel and other products for the swelling. Kaplan said he knew then. He was part of a cover-up. Then Kaplan shared a story about another woman, model Gina Huynh. At Combs' Miami house, he saw Diddy throw decorative green apples at her. "Hard," Kaplan said. Huynh tried to shield herself. Later that night, Kaplan heard screaming at the front gate. Huynh, surrounded by angry male voices. Kaplan said that was his final straw. He quit shortly after. Makeup artist Mila Morales also testified. She worked with both Combs and Cassie, was like a big sister to Cassie. Morales recalled Grammy weekend, 2010. She was staying with Cassie at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Cassie came back late, upset. Then Combs burst in. Morales heard screaming from the bedroom. When it was over, Cassie emerged with a swollen eye, busted lip, and knots on her head. She refused to go to the hospital. Morales said she was terrified and didn't call police out of fear. Then came Frederick Zemmer, manager of the L'Hermitage Hotel in Beverly Hills. He told jurors Combs was infamous at the hotel. Housekeeping logs showed that after his stays, rooms needed deep cleaning. Notes said, candle wax on everything, excessive oil, and spray hallway with air freshener. The hotel even added $1,000 to his bills to cover damages. Together, these testimonies create a dark mosaic. Kid Cudi's car didn't just explode. It exploded in the context of a pattern. Kaplan didn't just see abuse. He covered it up until he couldn't anymore. Morales didn't just hear screams. She saw the aftermath on Cassie's face. And the hotel records? They suggest a man who left chaos wherever he stayed. The prosecution says this is part of a 20-year scheme to dominate, control, and silence women. The defense says it's all twisted stories and bad breakups. The jury will decide. Day 9 is done. Kid Cudi is off the stand. Kaplan might return. Cassie's voice echoes through every story, even when she isn't in the room. And Diddy? Still silent. still stoic. But with each day, the cracks are harder to ignore. What's next? We'll be here to tell you. Subscribe for our breakdown of day 10.